Yeah, sounds like a dying wolf. I've never heard a dying wolf before, but my birthday is taking so long to get here. I don't know why. I want to get older, I want to get more mature, as people say, you know, I want people to say happy birthday to me. Welcome to the 12th C++ tutorial, and today we'll be looking at how you can find the exponential of a number, you know, the power of a number, you know, 2 to the power 3, you know, 8 to the power what, 12 to the power 12, you know, such stuff. Yeah, that's what we're going to do today. So how many variables are we going to need? Let's think this through. So we need the number, so we're going to have a variable num. We need the power. What power, to what power are we multiplying that number? So we're going to have that variable, and we're going to have, since we're doing calculations and so, we're going to have something that's going to store the result. So let's declare our variables right now. So we're going to have our number is going to be float, you know, because what if the user enters something like 2.7 to the power 5, you know, but our power should be an integer, not a float, because our power will determine how many times it multiplies itself. So it's an integer. We don't need, you know, in the for loop, in the while loop, we usually use int. We don't use float. No, it's like a counter variable. Yeah. So power will be int, and then we have our result. Ooh. Result will also be int, not result will be float, because we might get an answer that's in decimal. You see that? So result will be float, and this will be equivalent to 1. You will soon understand why it's going to be equivalent to 1. So let's ask for the user to provide those values. You know, this is pretty cool, getting input from the user. So enter a number. Yeah, enter a number. We ask the user to provide the number. In, we provide, once you ask a question, make sure you gather information from the user. Let the user reply some sort. So in, while we're storing our number in num, never forget that. After that, we say cout enter the power. You know, I used to watch Power Rangers a lot. Entertained me a lot in my days. So in, while we're storing the power, of course, in the variable power. So power, like I said, will represent how many times that number will be multiplied against itself. You see, so it's like a counter variable. So power will somehow involve itself in the loop that we're going to create. So we can do this with a for loop, we can do this with a while loop, but I'm going with the for loop, you know, much quicker, easier to understand. But at your own time, you should try using a while loop. While loops are very similar to for loops, and you can just adjust them here and there to get what you want. So go back to the tutorials about while loops and just see how you can do this using a while loop as well. So let's go. So for int I is equal to 0. How many times do you want this to loop? I should be less than power. I want it to loop as many times as the user has specified. So I is less than power. Then we say I plus plus. You know, I'm not good with calculations. I can never be compared to a calculator. It's like way faster than me, you know. But again, I'm kind of, we're kind of more brilliant than the calculator, because we created the calculator. So this is one component, and from here you'll be able to create your own calculator with its own specific functions. So this has created a loop that's going to loop a number of times that the user specifies. If we say 2 to the power 3, then it's going to loop 3 times. You see, it's going to say I is less than 3, starting from 0 to 3 to less than 3, that's 3 times. Yeah, go back to for loops if you forgot. Yeah, you'll find it in the tutorials. So in here, in the for loop, this is where we're going to make the calculations. This is why we're going to multiply the number against itself, because this is inside our loop. So remember, result is 1. So I'll quickly explain this. We'll say result will be equal to result multiplied by the number that the user has provided. Yeah, then after we're done with the multiplication and stuff, after we're done with the calculations, we want to see out the result after we're done. So we say the result is, while we're storing the result in the variable result, so without the double quotes, result. Always remember that, my people, always remember that. And my country people, together we can make this nation great. So yeah, so let me simple explanation. So let's say the user enters the value to the number 2. Yeah, the number 2. I'll even say this, I'll say, let's say the user enters num as 2. Then the user enters the power as 3. So 2 to the power 3, right? Yeah, so 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3. So let's start. So when we come here for the first time, so the power determines how many times or what? Looping. So when we come here for the first time, our result is what? Is 1. So we're saying result is result multiplied by number. So result is 1. So 1 multiplied by 2, which is our number, is what? 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. So that's our first what? That's in our first round. 2. Then how many rounds do we have left? We're going to have 2 rounds left. When we come back, result is now what? Result is now 2. So it's going to say result multiplied by number. Our number is 2. Number is not changing. So 2 multiplied by 2. What comes next is 4. How many loops do we have left? 1. See that? When we come back into the loop again, result is now 4. So result multiplied by number. Number is 2. So 4 multiplied by 2. What is result? Result becomes 8. Once result becomes 8, we are done what? We are done looping. We are done looping through. And when we say the result is, what's the value? What's the final value in result? It's 8. So result will be equal to what? 8. Meaning 2 to the power 3 is what? 8. Which is correct. Yeah, which is correct. So this is the same thing as you say 2 to the power 4. If we say 2 to the power 4, this would work out the same way. The first time result will be 1. We'll say 1 multiplied by number, meaning 1 multiplied by 2 will get a 2. That's our first round. Power will now go to 3 because we're looping using power. It's in the condition. Yeah. So this just specifies how many times we're looping. So result is now 2. 2 multiplied by number. So 2 multiplied by 2. Result now becomes 4. This changes. We have 2. 4 is now result. 4 multiplied by number. So 4 multiplied by 2. What do we get? 8. 8. 1. Yeah. Then we come back again. We have one more left. One more loop left. Result is 8. 8 multiplied by number. Number is 2. We get what? 16. And that's what we get. So 2 to the power 4 will give you what? Give you 16, which is correct. And we print out the result after we're done looping. And the final value in result is 16. So that's why it's important for result to have a 1. Because when we multiply the first time to say result, meaning 1 multiplied by number, result to take the value of that number and hold it, then start multiplying itself. So that's what's basically going on. So yeah, this is in comments. If you want, you can take it out, but remember, you have to put it in comments, otherwise it's going to give you errors, and errors are not needed in this era we're living in. So enter a number. For me, I'll go with 4. Enter the power. 4 to the power 3. The result is 64. Yeah, that's right. You know, created the calculator. Yeah, it's kind of impressive. You know, you can go out and show your bosses this and they'll be like super impressed. You know, girls, show your boyfriend that you know how to code. He will be terrified of you. It will probably lead him dumping you because he'll be so sad that, you know, you're a goddess. So yeah, that's the thing. So 2 to the power 3 gives us 8. And is it 12? No. Yeah, so 12 to the power 12 gives us a number, a very large number and comprehensible number. So let's got something that we can easily. 2 to the power 4 gives us 16, which is correct. Oh yeah, let's try this. 3 to the power 3 gives us 27, which is correct. So that's how you create an exponential using a for loop, easy peasy, square and easy, right? Yeah, so I hope I see you in the next tutorial, and subscribe if you haven't, and